design of the exercise is still being worked through. Actually, my warfare officers at the moment are working closely with the Indian Navy to sort of finalise the plans. But essentially, the mission will be to mission success will be ultimately getting a constructive kill on the aircraft. And how we achieve that will be, I'll choose my words carefully, professionally challenging and very rewarding if we can get it right.
And could you just tell us a little bit about the history of HMS Richmond?
Yeah, of course. So HMS Richmond, she's 26 years old now, and she had a whole new refit 3 years ago. So when I joined the ship with the crew, she was like an engineering project, and we've put new engines in, and those engines are going to be part of Type 26 and Type 31, our new frigates. So what we're doing is essentially this is a test platform with its new engines, new propulsion system, new software that controls the new propulsion system. And so I think it's quite a novel thing that we've done here. We've put a new bit of exquisite technology into an older platform, because it still works very well. All the weapons and sensors are still completely up to date and modern, and the hull is structurally sound. So what we've done is we've proven this new system. So when we build HMS Glasgow and then all the sister ships that roll out thereafter, we've got a proven system. So that's one thing. But HMS Richmond, as I say, has been around for 26 years, and she's got a proud history of transiting around the high seas, and it's a real privilege to be on.
Balances that you're keeping, that once your crew comes from a shore leave or a shore visit, are they subjected to tests? Do they have to do mandatory COVID testing before you sail out?
Absolutely. We've got more lateral flow tests on this ship than I've got weapons. I'm joking. We have a lot of lateral flow tests. We've become very versed in managing ourselves. The whole crew are double vaccinated, and we test randomly and we test regularly. And certainly once we've been ashore, we will now test on a more stringent basis. And the longer we spend at sea, the less we start to test. And that makes sense.
Yeah, because you're naturally quarantined already.
Well, I'm no scientist, but we haven't had an outbreak of COVID on this ship. So since we've deployed, do we have herd immunity? I don't know.
So what is this exercise all about? HMS Richmond had come to India and have some joint exercise with the Indian Navy. So can you tell us about it?
Yes, certainly I can. So HMS Richmond is part of a wider carrier strike group. HMS Queen Elizabeth and a multitude of other ships have been on a deployment. We set sail from the United Kingdom on the 1st of May, and we've gone all the way through the Mediterranean, across the Indian Ocean, out into the South China Seas, into the Pacific Ocean, and now we're on our way back again. We did a very quick but joined up exercise with the Indian Navy on our way out, and now we're on our way back. We're stopping and we're taking part in exercise Konkan, which is a big Indian exercise, and the Royal Navy's privileged to be part of that exercise. HMS Queen Elizabeth, the Dutch ship, the Evertson, and HMS Defender are joining the Indian Navy to be part of the Blue Forces, and HMS Richmond, along with 2 or 3 other Indian ships, are playing the opposition, known as Red Forces. I like playing the opposition, it's always quite good fun. So I'm looking forward to working with my Indian colleagues in exercising over the next 3 days. It's a 3.5 day exercise.
In the combating the common enemies?
Yes, so I think that's a good question. I think partnerships are really important, and the Royal Navy and the Indian Navy have a very strong, close relationship. It was demonstrated on our way through the area where we exercised with the Indian Navy, and again on the way back. And we've spent a lot of time with the Indian Navy, more so than other navies actually, while we've been in this region. And the Royal Navy, along with the United Kingdom, is tilting back to the Indo-Pacific region. We're sort of recommitting time and energy and resource. We're forward deploying a permanent presence in the Indo-Pacific region with HMS Tamar and Spey are going to be permanently forward deployed ships in the region. So whilst this is a big exercise, and it's exciting, and HMS Queen Elizabeth is here. We want to be a reliable and consistent presence in this area.
As you
With COVID-19, trying to do an operation, trying to do expeditionary operations at reach on a sustained footing is very difficult without COVID-19. Now you overlay the complexities of logistical support, maintaining all the support networks and nodes that one needs to keep just one ship at reach, but a whole strike group overlaid with COVID-19 has been hugely challenging. I'm really proud of how HMS Richmond, the strike group, but my sailors in particular, and my ship's company, my crew, my officers and sailors, how they have demonstrated resilience in the face of COVID-19. We have visited a number of countries where we haven't been given access to sometimes even the jetty. We've arrived in India, we've been made to feel blisteringly welcome. My sailors have gone ashore into the region of Goa and had a wonderful time. And so this is the first time in a long time, actually, in about 3 months, that I've been able to let my sailors step off the ship. And so I'm very grateful to India for allowing that to happen. But to answer your original question, it's been very challenging.
But in which countries did you face these sort of restrictions where you weren't even allowed access to the jetty?
So the further east we went, the more nervous, I think it's fair to say, that nations were. And we respect the in-country policies. That's entirely, that's their freedom of choice. We respect that. What we were able to do was engage with those countries through Zoom and through other sort of technical means. I like to think that we had a really powerful impact despite the challenges of COVID-19. The Royal Navy still arrived, has still been able to engage with the communities and hopefully have some form of reassurance to those nations that despite COVID-19 and despite the inability to access their country, we're still here as reliable and committed to their regions as well.
those sailing.
So I think supporting and reinforcing the United Nations Convention for Law of the Sea is fundamentally what we all subscribe to as the international rules-based community. And what HMS Richmond, alongside the Carrier Strike Group, did was demonstrate our exercising our rights under UNCLOS. And I think it's incredibly important we do that. All really to reaffirm and reassure the seafaring community that the sea lanes of communication are policed and they're safe. It's safe for all mariners of all nations to proceed across the high seas unhindered.
Two things were there. One was that you sailed through the Taiwan route, and another was North Korea. You have also this HMS Richmond had also monitoring the violation of UN sanction for North Korea point of view. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well done for doing your research. That's absolutely right. We were doing United Nations Security Council resolution operations against the proliferation of nuclear weapons in North Korea, and part of that is an exportation and importation of fuels sanctions. And HMS Richmond took part for a short but important period of part of that wider mission. Again, a real privilege to be taking part in the United Nations mission, and we had some success on that operations. In terms of exercising our rights to navigate upon the high seas unhindered, we absolutely we exercise that right alongside other partner nations who also demonstrate their commitment to UNCLOS. And so yes, HMS Richmond did transit the Taiwan Straits under our privilege of operating on the high seas.
You have a forward actually focus on this region, the Indo-Pacific region.
So I think it comes back to what I was talking about, reassuring the seafaring community, making sure that the sea lanes of communication are reassured, they're safe places, and that people have the freedom of choice to navigate the high seas as they see fit. The United Kingdom is leaning towards the Indo-Pacific region, demonstrated by the very presence of HMS Richmond and Queen Elizabeth here in India at the moment. But the United Kingdom didn't need to send their 5th generation aircraft carrier into the Indo-Pacific. We could have sent it to the high north, We could have sent it anywhere in the world, but we chose to send it to Southeast Asia and come and exercise and reassure this part of the world and these communities that UK is reliable and credible, and we're here to be relied upon, I think.
So can it be concluded that there'll be more such deployments in the coming future?
I sincerely hope so. I think it's a really important policy, part of global Britain. If we don't recognise that the seascape of Southeast Asia, Indo-Pacific, is so important, as I said, demonstrated by the very presence of Queen Elizabeth, but also by HMS Tamar and Spey, the permanent presence of forward deployed vessels out here. I think that shows, hopefully, the UK's commitment to this region.
How is